the most anticipated first-round matchup. LeRusso and Benjamin C. Steele, since they came on the scene late last year, have felt that the Super Indy title was a formality, a matter of time before all of IWC's riches come Chris LeRusso's way. Along the way, LeRusso's made life miserable for the incumbent Super Indy champion, which really hit new heights or new lows. Last month when LeRusso threatened Palace with rubbing alcohol, isopropyl alcohol in the eyes, unless he was gifted, not earned, gifted, a shot in Super Indy. Plummer acquiesced. LeRusso did it anyway. And Andrew Palace is not wasting any time.
If you thought this was going to be a technical match, you obviously haven't been paying attention. Andrew Palace is furious over what happened the last time these two were in a ring together.
But my question is, what is the condition of Andrew Palace? Mentally and physically, is the eye 100%? You know, we know the arm is a hellacious clothesline.
I have no idea where his what condition his eye is in. I didn't get to talk to him before. It's good enough that apparently he found the ring and he knows where to plant those chops, Joe.
Yeah, well. LeRusso found an opening and went to the eye. Palace is trying to shrug everything off as best he can. LeRusso dug for the eye. I don't think he found it. Palace was ready.
That's tough to find in all that hair.
And LeRusso to the outside.
Smart move by, I was gonna say smart move by LeRusso, but Palace had an answer for that.
Have you ever seen an incumbent defending Super Indy champion coming into the tournament so gung-ho to kick some butt?
I don't know that he even cares about the tournament at this point.
Well, he better. This is the most physically grueling match and environment of the year.
Just grabbing him by the head and tossing him over that barricade. We've covered this before, but the black that you see on the floor there is not padding. It's a thin rubber mat. And not even really a mat.
It's a covering to protect the floor.
Yeah.
Not the athletes. And LeRusso may want the 82nd Airborne as BC Steele, come on. Get him out of here. BC Steele gets involved and BC Steele take it out.
BC Steele earning his paycheck tonight.
Oh, look at the dent in that chair. Palace's body breaking and denting the steel.
Just hip tossed right through that steel chair. And that has that mouth breather up and applauding.
And that has effectively stunted the momentum of Andrew Palace. And LeRusso goes to work. That was the opening LeRusso needed.
Well, if a poke to the eye doesn't work, if dumping isopropyl alcohol doesn't keep him out of the tournament, then throw him through a piece of metal. Do what needs done.
And now you're seeing the incensed nature of Chris LeRusso.
When you consider yourself the heir apparent, you believe you deserve the next step. And if someone's keeping you from that, well, you see the lengths he is willing to go to make himself that heir apparent.
And I'm not sure there's been a better leg drop in all of Super Indy history than what we just saw from Chris LeRusso. LeRusso gets insane elevation. And all the more impact as Palace. And Palace is covering his head, maybe the eye. I hope the elbow of LeRusso didn't catch Palace in the eye. Look at this.
Draping him up into that bottom rope.
LeRusso has said that he's the rightful next Super Indy champion. What a way to make that statement than to pin the Super Indy champion and be the reason that Palace doesn't move on, and again digging into the eye.
There, we got a good grip.
5 minutes gone by. 5 minutes.
And again, the damage done, that's not an injury that heals overnight. You'd think even something as simple as these ring lights would make the eye sensitive to Andrew Palace.
Well, once you take a thumb to the eye, it's not even the lighting. It's that the membrane around the eye swells. You're constantly tearing, which in and of itself makes it difficult to focus. And it's a reoccurring pain. It just stays there bugging you. You can't just shrug it off.
Palace hits the buckle hard. Charging through with the elbow. Palace is in a big time trouble right now. And contrast this from how this matchup started. Andrew Palace straight out of the chute, no ring introduction. Compare that to the pace now. It is Chris LeRusso controlling everything.
Chris LeRusso knew he wasn't going to win a match keeping that pace with Palace, so he slowed it down. It's smart wrestling. I may disagree with what he did with the isopropyl alcohol, but I can't deny his game plan here. Good knee to the ribs.
LeRusso, so great with his feet. Martial arts background as well. A student of the game. If it's a wrestling seminar, if it's a martial arts dojo, LeRusso's been there. He's studied it, and he's come back more dangerous. 2 count.
The term heir apparent is not completely unfounded. I mean,
this is Palace's 3rd Super Indy, LeRusso's 1st. But LeRusso's been studying these tournaments for many years, make no mistake about it, picking his moment.
yeah, you have to believe with Benjamin C. Steele in his corner, he had a comp DVD of all of Palace's matches to study.
Look at this, Jayworth. On the apron, oh, Palace! Elevated the backdrop, and Palace hits his back off the edge of that ring frame.
And he is just writhing in pain down on the floor.
And if Palace is counted out, LeRusso advances. That's good. That works.
Definitely works for LeRusso.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. Palace will object. You mentioned BC Steele a moment ago. I was about to say that BC Steele was actually a referee in Super Indy 1. He knows the prestige from day one. And Palace back in. Palace in the nick of time. I'm not sure how he did. And LeRusso spitting water into the eyes. Once again, calculated. X-Buster by LeRusso into the cover. Has it? No.
No.
And Palace was, I think, closer to being counted out in that exchange on the outside than a lot of these fans realize.
Yeah, it was a mad scramble to get under that rope.
And it's not just get my bearings about me and be ready to fight, but also if that vision is impaired, it's find the ring, it's get under the bottom rope safely. These are things we take for granted, but Palace may not be able to right now. LeRusso elevated.
Oh.
Palace caught the foot. Down with the snake eyes. Maybe a bit poetic. And a catapult. LeRusso finds himself in trouble, puts the brakes on.
Kick right to the throat.
Yeah. Oh, Palace caught LeRusso. German suplex nicely done. That was no bridge, all impact.
Not looking for a pin, just looking to dump him. Oh, 2 elbows right to the mush. And you can see LeRusso trying to get some hands up, trying to defend, but Palace is just throwing those shots right through. Oh!
Palace went for a neck breaker across the knee. Did he get enough? I'm not sure. No!
10 minutes gone by. 10 minutes.
I don't think Palace had the weight positioning that he wanted, that he needed to get all of that move, but he got about 90% of it.
Yeah, he got enough that he went for the cover, just not enough to get the win.
LeRusso face first. Roll up.
Oh! I think I may have just caught one of Chris LeRusso's teeth up here.
Hernia driver coming up. This will do it. LeRusso knows it. Drop toe hold ankle lock. Will Palace tap away the Super Indy title?
Oh, Palace turns it over. Kicks LeRusso out. Oh! Jawbreaker style. Oh!
And there's a headlock driver. That's one of LeRusso's specialists. LeRusso's moving on.
No!
LeRusso in shock. BC Steel incredulous. But we continue.
I need to point out Palace not moving, just laying there. He may have used all the energy he had left in the tank to kick out of that.
Inarguably, this matchup has taken more of a physical toll on both these athletes than any other first-round match we've seen. LeRusso may be getting desperate. After his pet maneuver didn't work, Palace meets him. What BC Steel in the apron as LeRusso in the most precarious of positions. BC Steel pulling the leg, come on. And LeRusso, oh God!
Beautiful powerbomb by LeRusso.
Palace lands so hard on his back and his neck. Frog splash! That's gonna do it, no! And again, LeRusso in shock.
Palace struggling to get to a rope to pull himself up.
And LeRusso. Look at this. Palace caught the foot, the back suplex connected.
Oh! Cradle DDT.
Hernia driver! Got him! That what? LeRusso kicked out of the hernia driver.
He held on.
A second hernia driver. Oh, Palace was ready.
Chalk that up to the wherewithal of Andrew Palace to keep hold of the top part of the hernia driver. As LeRusso stood up, he just hooked it and dropped him again.
Palace knew he was in for the fight of his life. He knew all too well how dangerous Chris LeRusso could be. But Jay Worth, with neither man moving, my question is, moving on to round two, and the ever-dangerous Jonathan Gresham. What does Andrew Palace have left? Because he has not moved since the bell rang.
Well, now's the time when you do that gut check. He has some time. We're about to go to an intermission, so he'll get a chance to catch his breath. Maybe throw some cold water on that eye. See how much he has left in that tank.
Palace gave it all he had, but does he have just a little bit left? We'll certainly find out in the semifinal round.
Looks like the
Assuming Palace can make it.
Yeah. He hasn't even sat up yet. Chris LeRusso being helped to the back as the heir apparent needs to, I guess, start back at square one again.
Owner Justin Plummer out here. Give all the credit in the world to Andrew Palace for the effort tonight to defend his championship. Palace victorious, but what's left with potentially 2 more rounds looming?